Hey YouTube, what's going on? I'm Karen with the Thrifty Flamingo. So I quit my job as a driver's ed teacher. I used to do that full time. I worked for an amazing company, a small business here in Connecticut, and the owner of the company actually taught me a lot. And if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing here today. He's given me a lot of advice. Helped me through. He's still giving me advice, even though I quit his, quit working for him. He will always be a friend and a mentor to me business-wise. One of the core values of the organization I used to work for was always seek knowledge, and that I'm bringing with me my entire life. I'm going to be doing a haul video today, and I didn't start this channel to just always make videos on look at what I got, but I have learned tons by watching other YouTubers do their haul videos, especially with men's clothing. I know women's clothing, and me getting into men's clothing was kind of hard. I just know what my husband, second half of Thrifty Flamingo, I know what Jay wears. I don't, that's a very small little fraction of what there's out there. So I'm going to be doing a haul video today to hopefully help somebody else seek some knowledge in female clothing. So my haul, I spent, where is it, $125.08 on 27 items, and that means it's $4.63 a piece. That's how I do it. That's my business model. When I take inventory, when I do inventory and I do all the data input and stuff like that, I pretty much just say how much I spent on how much, and I divide it. That's my business model. So I know a lot of people go per piece. If they spend $7 on something, they spend $7 on something. So that's just me. Do not need to copy that whatsoever. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to turn $125.08 into about $700, and that's me lowballing it, $700 to $1,000. I've been really focusing on my eBay store and populating my eBay store, and in the past 2 weeks, my Poshmark closet has been getting a little more trim than I like it to be. I am still very consistent with sales on Poshmark. That hasn't changed, but I have to focus a little bit on replenishing my stock. If you have seen my first video when I talked about the closet clear out, that really is exactly what happened, closet clear out. So I pretty much went sourcing yesterday just with Poshmark in mind. So my business models for Poshmark in comparison to eBay are slightly different with my price points, with what I'm putting on both of them. We'll save that for a rainy day. Oh, it is a rainy day. That's why it's a perfect day for a video. Yeah, it's really crummy outside. Tomorrow is going to be the best day out of the entire weekend for Memorial Day. However, I looked outside of my studio. That's what I call my office, because it's not really an office. I don't do business here. I shoot, I take my pictures here, so it's really a studio. I looked outside, double rainbow. So, yeah, that's cheerful. So let's get this started. I'm going to show you what I bought. I'm going to start with the bulkier, ooh, I could talk, the bulkier things, just so I could get them away from me, the shoes, the purses, stuff like that. So if somebody were to ask me, what do you always buy when you find it if it's priced right, the answer might surprise you. The one thing that I will never turn down if it's priced right, Converse sneakers. I bought 3 pairs. Converse sneakers, if they are fairly clean, if you can read the whole back, if this isn't peeling up, if the insides are fairly clean. I've owned these for years and years and years. I still wear Converse, and there are so many different types I've sold. These are the All Stars low top. the classic Chuck. These go, I barely ever sit on these longer than a week. I guess my record for that is posting a little after 10 p.m. one night. I posted a pair of light blue slip-on Chucks, ones that don't have the laces, and it has like a little elastic band here where you just kind of pull it on your foot, but it looks very similar to this. A baby blue pair of those, and I posted it, and I entered into the Poshmark parties, which they have every night, and then it said sold. My Converse sold in 36 seconds. So that's my record. Yeah, I turn them over. People don't mind buying these used. You know, sometimes depending on the person's style. I know people that buy brand new Converse and, you know, try to dirty them up a bit. Like the punk rock people, they try to get it a little bit worn in. So I will easily get, these are very clean. These with the inside, the outside, it still has kind of like the fuzzy. I don't know why they make it like that, but it's a little bit of fuzz. It's still all there. That's one of the first things to go on the bottom of the shoe. So these were probably worn not even like 5 times, not even. So I will easily get $25 to $32 for these. It is a very unique color. It's a bright neon. This is great for the summertime. Great for spring, summer, so I'm gonna probably price them at about $30, $32. These look like the classic Chuck, the classic Converse sneaker. However, they started doing this thing, you know, the basic black and white, where they have the double tongue. Double tongue means that you can either fold it down and they have all different colors and things. This is a nice silver glitter, and you can tie it that way. Obviously there's no foot in it, so it's gonna look a little flippy. I don't know. You could tie it kind of like that to keep the tongue down, and then it says like All Star on top, the Converse. Or you can just kind of tuck the tongue and wear it like a normal Converse. So it's kind of like 2 shoes in one. And especially in this color, this is the classic color. These I will easily get $30 for. I already posted these. I posted these last night. I snapped real quick pictures of them, and I already have a lot of visibility on it. I have a lot of people already, you know, liking it. Last pair of Converse, I promise. Now these might look a little grungy to some. What? No laces? It's okay. These are Converse All-Stars as well. However, they do make ones that are laceless. You slide it right on your foot. It has a little bit of like elastic behind the tongue, so this kind of stretches a bit and conforms to your foot. It's not grungy. This, completely readable. You can tell there's no flipping. It still has all the fuzzy. And it's just this type of shoe. They make it with a little bit flimsier, lighter of a material, because you're supposed to pull it on. It can't be really, really firm. So it does get a little bit, you know, less structured than this, just slightly, you know. That's how all of these types are with the fabric that they use. So it's not grungy. It's not like, you know, beat up. It's just when this is in a foot, it's gonna look great. Another light gray. These I might sit on a tiny bit longer, because not because of the style. I've sold this many times. It just the color, you know, the plaid. It's not like a bold color, but who knows? I might sell them in 37 seconds. So yeah, I bought 3 pairs of Converse. Remember, $4.63 per piece, and I'm getting at least $25. So when I said, you know, my low number, that was me estimating $20 for these, and I probably will get more than $20 for those. Next shoes I got, I'm probably gonna botch the name. Vince Komoto? Komoto. Arigato, Mr. Komoto. Sorry, I'm a little bit of a nerd. These are basic black pumps. They're suede. You could tell by looking in them, they are in fabulous condition. The bottom of the shoe, I didn't even clean that. At the end of the video, I will show you 3 things that are going to help you when you go thrifting for things. The heel has a little bit of like, a little bit of wear. It looks like they wore it once, maybe with a special occasion, a dress or whatever, and just never wore them again. Yeah, they're black and it's going to be summertime. I might sit on these a little bit longer, but all year long there's people needing formal shoes, you know, and this is a very well-known brand, a very well-made brand. I believe these retail for a tiny bit under $100. I think 98 I think I saw. So I will probably price these anywhere between $30 and $40. For my Poshmark, I first post at my highest. I will post these at 40 and I'll see what happens. I'll see what kind of activity happens. You know, I'll see if there's any people making really lowball offers. And after it's up for about 2 weeks, if I have to adjust the pricing, I will. You know, I will definitely get 30 for those though. I've sold that brand. I've sold that like closed toe, like closed toe, rounded toe style before in his shoe. Last pair of shoes that I got. Oh, let me get those out of the way. Very, very summer-like heel. It's a stacked wooden heel. You guys know that? Yeah, Joe's jeans. They're known for their denim. They make very high-quality denim jeans that has like the little logo on the back right pocket, either stitched. They have ones that are little metal. You know, that's their signature on their back pocket. But they make a shoe line, so the jeans are high-end, so are the shoes. This is a leather upper. It is, you know, leather weave. Very nice shoe. I'm going to put these up for 40. See what happens. Same thing with the Vince Komodo. Yeah, that shoe. I'm going to see what happens. It's really cute. When you're looking at shoes to resell, you don't just say, ooh, I like that shoe. You have to look at the heel, especially high heels. Make sure that the heel protector's on. Look at the bottom. How worn is it? If there's any kind of embellishment, this has a zipper. Guess what you should do? Zip it. Zip it up, zip it down. Make sure that works. Especially when you're thrifting and you're sourcing that way and it is a thrift store, know their return policies. Where I went yesterday, they have a no return policy. They tell you too. They don't try to hide it. They say, check your merchandise. When you buy it, you own it pretty much. So look it over. Take the extra take the extra minute. Make sure. Think to yourself, if I was buying this, would I want it? Because you are buying it. Out of the way. Alright, so next, the last 2 bulky things I got. I left that on. I only paid up for 2 items. The store I went to had a 50% off sale on a certain colored ticket. They usually do like a 75%, 50%, 25%. Yesterday's sale said, okay, these 3 colors are 50% off, and this one color is 25% off. So there was no 75%, which I always look for. So everything I bought was at least 50% off. Only 2 things did I buy full price. And it was still thrift store price. So this, I paid up on. This is a Dooney & Bourke. All-weather bag. All-weather leather bag. Very, very clean on the inside. I was on my phone for about, I don't know, 2 minutes. Typing. They do have the Made in the USA ticket with the serial number underneath it, so I'm on my phone looking at it. You know, I don't care if people look at me like, why is this chick staring at a purse typing with one hand? this is my business. You know, so paying up on this, I paid $9 for it. And I don't know that much about Dooney and Burke. I have sold them in the past. I've only sold 2 in the past, but it's in really good condition. The only real wear is slightly on the bottom, and it's not like pulling up or anything. It's in very good condition. So I don't know what I'm pricing this at. This definitely needs a lot more research into it. I have somebody in my Facebook group that knows a lot about this, and I messaged her with pictures. She always helps me with purses, so I'm just waiting on her reply. So I definitely will get more than the $8 for this, 8 and change. Next purse. Purses, purses, purses. What is it? What is it? That's right, it's Fossil. This bag was hiding. So the store I went to, they have a very poor system with purses. They have almost like these hooks that they're hung up and they're hooked. So they get like 4, 5 bags hooked. And then there's like 3 hooks deep. So there's all these bags hanging and they're shoved in there and people like paw through it. And a lot of times the bags get dropped. You know, so I found this on the floor against the wall, so 3 hooks deep, 2 rows of them, completely invisible to the naked eye. The only reason why I saw it is because you know, if I drop something, I'm gonna pick it up. I'm not disrespectful like that, and you know, whatever, it's used stuff, but someone's going to buy it. So I was looking at a separate purse and I went to put it on this hook, and the hook was kind of full with all the other handles, and it fell, and I went to get it and it was on the lower hook line, and lo and behold, 50% off. I don't think that if this was on the hook and other people had seen it, I would have found it. I'm sure it would have been gone by then. So Fossil makes really good leather bags. It has no marks. It's lovely on the inside, very clean. It has multiple compartments. It's a shoulder bag. You know, I like to get crossbody bags. Those are really in right now. They're very easy and accessible. But this is a classic handbag, a classic shoulder bag. You know, the zipper works. Make sure everything's good and clean. I just sold a Fossil satchel that I bought for $7. And I turned that into $70. That was on my first video. I got that one at a tag sale. So I have picked up Fossils in the past, and I always sell them, so I'm gonna get that. Alright, on to clothing. Uh-oh. How did I know that was going to happen? I did. So, these I already have listed. Don't mind me, allergies get all clogged up. Paige jeans. Karen, why the heck are you buying jeans? It's springtime and summertime. Well, I do really well with jeans. You know, I do find really good jeans, good jean cuts. I rarely sit on them all that long. And yeah, it's going to slow down a bit because it is summertime. But you have to understand, people are going to travel. People are going to need a good pair of jeans. Sometimes, you know, they can't wear shorts to work, but they can wear like a non-ripped pair of jeans. So you can't tell yourself, oh, it's summertime, nobody's going to want that, you know, because people always need clothes. Who are you to say what someone's going to want? So jeans also, depending on the brand, they hold their value better than other things, and that's my opinion, you know, especially depending on how worn they are. People know what jeans fit them. They know certain brands, and people get very, very brand loyal to their jeans. So somebody who's a real big fan of this jean, they already know how the Hoxton Ultra Skinny, and it is a high rise. It has a 10-inch rise, so an ultra skinny high rise that is ankle length with, wait for it, zippered ankles. So these are actually really spring-like jeans with the little zippered ankles. I'm going to put these up for $45. They retail for almost $200, so they're also in really, really good condition. I do price on condition too, you know, so these I'll try for $45. Next ones, oh yeah, I was happy to find these. Because I was happy to find all of them. What is it? Who knows what that is on the pocket? British flag. And the UK, huh? Hudson jeans. So these Hudson jeans, most Hudsons have a back flap pocket. That's their signature. And I believe 2013, don't quote me on that, I believe it was 2013, they started making a separate line that just had a regular pocket but still had like the seams to like resemble that it had a flat pocket, and that's exactly what these are. These are regular pockets, but they have the seams that make it look like they're flat pocket with it actually just being a pocket. So these are a size 29, and they are the Nikko mid-rise super skinny. The Page jeans are also a size 29 super skinny. I'm wondering if the same person cleaned out their closet and dropped off a good old bag to me. Who knows? They're very stretchy. This is a well-known and well-liked brand, and a cut skinny jeans, you know, they were really in style. And they haven't really gone out of style. They're kind of people's staples now. You know, when you don't want to do something crazy, throw on some skinny jeans. Especially with a lot of stretch and a well-made skinny jeans. With skinny jeans, and you are purchasing used skinny jeans or anything in a very slim cut, where you need to look: the crotch. Who would split their pants? Well, not so splitting your pants. I've seen it though. You do need to investigate the crotch area. With skinny jeans, even with the skinny people, the legs, they rub back and forth, and that can wear and tear over here. And I've seen very thinned out material over here where it wasn't quite a hole, but you know, after like another wash or two or enough stress, it would have definitely become a hole in a place you do not want a hole, and you cannot say, hey, it's deconstructed. They would be ruined at that point. You also need to look at skinny jeans by the belt loops. A lot of times when they're very, very form-fitting, people will wear a belt to keep them up and keep that butt up, and they'll wear a belt, and it puts a lot of pressure on the belt loops. So I'll definitely look at all the belt loops. Look there. You know, and make sure it zips and buttons. Look for any holes and rips in the jeans. You can tell. Well, I can tell. You will, the more you do this, the more you're going to be able to tell if the denim was created as a distressed denim, or if the person, you know, broke their jeans. You could tell like purposeful distress the more you do this. Next one is same brand. Same brand. Hudson. Same, you know, wannabe pockets, but it has the regular, and it has that same triangle shape, and the British flag is always on there. Hudson. A little unique, you know. These are a size 30. Okay. I couldn't tell what he said. I can read, I swear. So both the Hudsons, I'm gonna, you know, I have to definitely look at comps. I have to see what they go for. They are in a good size. Anywhere 28 to 33. That's what I look for. Sometimes I'll buy something like a 27 or lower. There are really small people out there, you know, but I'm trying to increase my audience, so I want an average. I want, you know, the average American girl buying my jeans. So the average American girl isn't a size 00. So anything in the 30s, 30, 31, 32, 33, those go really quick, especially in higher end designer jeans. Most of the time when you're trying to find, say, a Paige jean size 33, you have to order those online. You don't go into like Bloomingdale's and find them, and that stinks. But yeah, so they're sought after. Next pair of denim. DL1961. This was new to me last year. This was very, this was introduced to me by somebody that, you know, I don't know, I talk business with occasionally on Instagram, and she was wearing a pair of this, and it made her booty look fabulous. And I was like, oh, those are awesome jeans. And she said she loves this brand. So I started doing research on it, you know, always seek knowledge. So, you know, they are a high-end brand jean. They retail for up to 200 plus, depending on the cut, depending on if there's leather involved or like mixed media going on with it. This is just a very basic blue. It has really nice contrasting stitching, you know, like very old school style with the gold stitching. They always have that on the back pocket. That's their maker's mark. Sometimes this isn't stitched in, sometimes, you know, it's a label, but that is the brand. Same thing, check the crotch. Crotch is great. Belt loops are good. And especially with the darker washes, you know, look at the edges. Look where fading would be from washing machines, and that's usually where there's been stress to the fabric. I do have a background in sewing. I created clothing for quite some time, and I sold it online. My clothes were at a fashion show in Connecticut, and that just, it took too long to create one piece. Never mind, you know, create one piece and then sell it. I'm not a machine, and I don't have a factory, so it's a hobby, you know. So I do know a lot about fabric, and wherever there's stress points is where it's gonna fade first. So any kind of folding and seaming and stitching, that's why your jeans always fade there. They always fade here, anywhere there's a stress point. So these are very good with the color on all stress points, and not much bleeding or bleeding into the golden stitching. So that's a great sign. That's also another sign of quality, the way the higher end jeans make their, you know, make their clothes. I did buy a lot of jeans today. Why, Karen? Why? Because I've sold so many jeans in the past month. Got to replace with what I sold. Now these I almost put back, but they were really cheap. I forget exactly how much. They were really cheap. Now, I am not going to try to say this. Oh, yes, I am. Here we go. Adriano Goldschmied. Sorry, Baker, I botched your name. We're cool. The ex-boyfriend Slim. You cannot see this on video, but these are very light jeans. They almost feel like a jegging without all the stretch, but it has that like very lightness to them. If these were my size, I would probably hang on to them These are a great spring summer jean. They are ankle length, like a crop length. So they're meant to hang, the boyfriend jeans are meant to be hanging a little bit lower. They're not at your natural waist. They're supposed to be about your hips. Kind of like if you pulled on your boyfriend's jeans and they're a little bit big and they kind of sit lower on your hips. So they do make boyfriend jeans. Very nice color. They sell this brand at Anthropology. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I think I kind of confuse it with like an anthropologist. Anthropology. It's a store that they have their own brand, but they sell many other brands there too, and it's pricier. So they have this brand there. This was not for them. You can always tell by the care label if it says it was made there or distributed there. This was just sold off of this maker's website. Has very like whiskering and fading going on. And I have to do a little more research into, you know, what I'm pricing this at. If it was sold at the Anthropology, I might have been able to get an extra few dollars out of it. People sometimes just search that brand and are like, what pants are there from this brand? They had a very loyal fan base. I should learn how to say that word. They have one about 30 minutes from my house in Danbury. So maybe I'm just going to walk in there. You know how the sales associate's always like, hey, can I help you? I'm just going to say, where am I? Hey, yeah, you can help me. Where am I? And then she's going to say the store, and I'm going to go, ah, cool. Note to self, do that. Told you I'm a little nerdy. If you are too, we'll get along just fine. Who knows that back pocket? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. If you guessed, Citizens for Humanity, you are correct. Oh, there's a better one. Correct. They always have that little, like, I think it's a little H, like Humanity. I think it's a little, I don't know. That's kind of their thing. These aren't jeans. They are denim. They are actual capris. They're not that long. You know, they probably go like right below the knee. It's really important if you start selling denim, clothing in general. Take measurements. Very important. This is something I learned early on when, you know, I first started selling online. How long is this? What's the inseam? What's the rise? What's the waist? Do these run big? Etc., etc. So I would always have to go into my product bins, find the product, get out a measuring tape, you know, and just, oh, hey, yeah, it's a 32-inch waist, whatever it is, and respond. So get ahead of that. You don't need to be running back and forth, you know, answering questions. Now, these are your potential customers. Customer service is number one. You want them to come back to you. You want them to say, hey, I'm looking for something. Let me go see what's new at the Thrifty Flamingo. Let's go see, you know, Poshmark on the pink Flamingo BTQ. So let's go see what's there. I do have return customers. And so I get ahead of the game. When I take photos with the measuring tape. I have, wait, put it away. Hold on. Yay, way to be prepared, Karen. Way to be prepared. Nah. You know, I've seen people use like yardsticks and rulers and stuff like that, like hard rulers. I've seen people use retractable measuring tapes that like a carpenter would use. Whatever, it still measures, right? These you could get at any, you can even get it at Walmart. It's bendable. These are great because not everything's flat, you know, and you're gonna have to bend it. I have one of these at home. I had a paper one flat and against my desk where I do a lot of my listings. So if I'm ever like, oh, what is it? I just hold it up to it and I measure. Very helpful. I had this from where I, you know, did a lot of the seamstress stuff and I created. Very helpful. So I take a picture with the waist laying flat, snap, inseam, snap, rise. The rise. The rise of the pants goes from the crotch, the four-way intersection where the legs and the top part meet, all the way up to the button part, like the top part. This is your rise. So let's measure the rise. This is telling us that the rise, it's so hard to do without moving the video. We have a 8.5 inch, 8-inch rise. We have an 8-inch, that's a mid-rise. Mid-rise is an 8-inch. So mid-rise. Now you can choose to include the photos of the item with the, you know, measuring tape with the measurements in your listings. I've seen many people do that. I've done that occasionally. You can also there's programs out there where, you know, you just kind of fill in the blanks and it creates a picture for you and you can add that. That's what I do. I use size.ly, like size.ly, and it's kind of a template, and I do that with all my jeans. Occasionally I still get asked, hey, what's the inseam? And I go, very politely, the measurements are included in the photos for your convenience. Smiley face. And that's true. I put it there so people can, you know what they're buying. In the time of online shopping, you need to know your measurements. You need to know what you wear and what you're buying. And it's not just us. It's not just people that resell or, you know. Go to any website that sells clothing and they're going to give you measurements. They're going to give you a size chart because they want you to know that it's going to fit you. You need to know. It's not my fault that you don't know what your own waist is. That's your fault, you know. Know your dimensions. Of all things, know your own dimensions. You will come back and thank me. If you're learning stuff, and I really, really hope you are, hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. And you can subscribe to my channel. There will be not all these hauls all the time, but a lot of information on mostly Poshmark and eBay. Thank you. All right, so I saved all of these for last because of what they are. 7 for All Mankind. I got 4 pairs of 7 for All Mankind denim. Now, they are good quality denim. They, depending on the cut, the style, and whatnot, they can go into the $200s of dollars. And they're everywhere. Everybody knows 7 for All Mankind. Everybody, you know, wants a pair, owns a pair, multiple pairs. So recently I was in a Facebook, you know, talking to somebody on Facebook, and there was a little bit of a heated discussion on, you know, I don't sell 7 for All Mankind jeans, that the market is saturated and there's so many of them out there, and I didn't want to hear that. You know, I don't like somebody saying that there's too much of it out there. Why are you selling it? Nobody's going to buy it from you. There's just so many of them. Why would you get that? That's a bunch of bull. Why? Because how many people are there in the world that need a pair of jeans? So what if somebody has 20 pairs of 7 for All Mankind jeans and you have one? Maybe the one that you have is the size and the cut the person's looking for, not the other 20, you know, and they make so many different kinds of this jean. So I buy them. I buy them for very cheap, and out of all the jeans I bought today, these ones are, I price a little bit lower because there are a lot of them out there, and I want to flip them. I buy low and I sell at a decent price and I flip them, and people get a good quality jean. People that wear this, they know what cut they wear. They're very specific. You know, this is the Kimmy straight leg. So the Kimmy straight leg has stretch to it. It's more, most of their jeans have some more structure to it. A good portion of them have only like about 2% of the spandex elastic to it. So there's a little bit of give, but it's not a stretch jean whatsoever. These are way more stretchy, so they're a little more fitted, and they are a straight leg. So when we are looking at more fitted jeans, where do we look? What do we look for? Crotch area. Good there. Belt loops, great. Now, remember what I was talking about the denim colors, the darker denim. It's a little on the faded. Stress points, here we go. One of the biggest stress points on the jean that gets manhandled all the time, the zipper and the button. You can tell, it's a little bit faded. It's a little bit faded, but overall, the jean's good. It's not faded so bad in one area and then in the other it's like completely dark. You know, I got these cheap. Yeah, $4.63 per piece, but I believe that these were only $5 before the discount, $5.95. They left the 95 there. Everything's X95. You know? So these, you know, are a size 29, right in the ballpark that I love, and it's a good jean. People like having a little bit of stretch to it. That kind of eases their mind when it concerns, am I going to be able to get this on? You know, is it going to kind of move with my body? Straight leg jeans are also great for cuffing and making, you know, either small little cuffs or the big cuff, which is really good for spring into summer. So people are looking for straight legs and cigarette legs so they can have two jeans in one. One look here, and they're walking around like this, maybe with their Converse peeking out the bottom, or just regular style, you know? So straight leg jeans do that. You can't do that with a boot cut. Who remembers the 90s? Oh, I just dated myself. And you used to kind of like fold it when it was on the ankle in the 90s. You used to like take it and fold it and then like twist these tiny little rolls. So it was so tight on your ankle. Like you wanted that thing like so tight on your ankle. I don't know. I hope that never, ever comes back. If you know what I'm talking about, put it in the comments. Tell me you used to do that. I won't hold it against you. I used to do that, you know. Hey, when fashion does what fashion does, gotta stay fashionable. So that was my first pair of 7 For All Mankind jeans. I will probably sell it for about $30. Yeah, I sell my 7s for 30 to 40. Occasionally a little more, depending on the cut. Dojos. If you are new to the brand 7 For Mankind, dojo. What are you saying? Like, you know, dojo. If you see dojos in good condition, dojos, you need to look at the bottom. They're a wide trouser type boot cut, so it's not almost like a flare. You look at the bottom, make sure there's no walking on They come in longer lengths, so people sometimes don't professionally get them hemmed or don't buy the right inseam and end up walking on them and destroying them. They have on the back pocket a 7 stitched in, embroidered in. Sometimes I've seen gems like rhinestones. So dojos, snag them up. Those are coveted 7 for All Mankind jeans. So these, dun, 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 7 for All Mankind. The Slim Cigarette. A cigarette jean is a straight leg jean that has a tiny bit more room in the hips. Not baggy like a boyfriend jean. It just has a little bit more give. A tiny bit. Because there's some straight leg jeans that, you know, you can't even tell the difference between the straight leg and the skinny jean, except if you look at the ankle. So the cigarette has a little bit more room where it's not completely skin tight. This is the only pair of jeans that I bought in a very small size because I really liked the condition. I liked the color to it. And I liked the cut. I really did. I liked the cigarette cut. See how it's like a tiny bit like wider, and it's not like it's a little wider in like this area and like the thigh and hip area, and then it goes straight leg. It's kind of like the best of both worlds to get a little bit more room. These are a size 25. I'm probably gonna have to sit on them a little longer, but hey, you never know. I've sold smaller sizes before though. I just don't make it a point to go buying all, you know, size 24s and 25s. I try not to. And when I'm doing, after I've done inventory and I'm like, you know, ready to go cash out, after I've done, not inventory, after I've done sourcing, and I do a final cart check and I look through everything top to bottom again, you know, and I ask myself all the questions. Is it worth it? Can I make a profit on it? All the important stuff, and I make final cuts. You know, I make sure this is the only small one I bought, and you know, it'll move. It'll definitely move, especially the cut it is. $30 right there. All right. Another pair of 7 for All Mankind, the mid-rise skinny. These I might price a tiny bit higher. They're an extreme dark wash, extremely stretchy, and in very good condition. This, the last two, you might have seen that it was a little bit faded and cracked from the washing machine like they usually print. This one is stitched in there. We're kind of like silver shimmery stitching. Skinny jeans. Where are we looking? Look at that. You can't even tell, like, there was no going on. Or, you know, they weren't trying to do acrobatics and splits in these. These are a size 28. I don't know how they're tiny. Maybe it's just me. Minimum of 30 on these. I'm going to try to get 40 because of how brilliant the blue is, how consistent the blue is, and what good shape they are in. They're not all going to be winners, and I want you to remember that. They're not. And you are only human, so you're going to overlook something once in a while. And I know sometimes in the beginning when you're still learning and you're a little, you know, sheepish with investing so much money and will I get it back? People don't like to, you know, give up on a mistake, and it's okay. I redonate if I need to. It doesn't happen that often because I try my hardest to go through everything before checking out. Even with stores that allow a return policy, like the Goodwill. The Goodwill allows you to return with a receipt, with a tag on it. You know, I don't have time for that. And I don't want to be that person. You know, I don't want to be that person being like, hey, can I please return my $3 pair of jeans? There's a hole in them I didn't see. Like a 93-year-old. You know, I don't want to be that person. So if I make a mistake, I'm going to eat it. I'm going to suck it up and I'm going to eat it, and I'm just going to be okay with it. You know, so it happened. This is why I'm going on a rant about it's okay to redonate. It's okay to have a mistake once in a while. I made a mistake, and you're going to look at it and you're going to be like, Karen, what were you thinking? You're telling us what to look for in jeans and you missed something obvious. Aha, white tag, 50% off. So you see $4.99, so $5. I paid $2.50 for these. Maybe I was blinded by that. 7 for All Mankind. These are boot cut. I have 2 or 3 pairs of boot cuts. These go pretty steadily for me. Nothing beats a classic boot cut. You know, they'll never go out of style. Especially, you know, for someone that can't wear skinny jeans or certain occasions, or it's a proper pair of pants that hugs all the right places without being too tight, and then it falls properly over the shoes. So nothing's wrong with a good boot cut. So back pockets. Good, even though they're not skinny jeans, I still look. Belt loops. The belt loops are good. They're not pulling out in any place, so no, that's not where I messed up. They're a little faded, but that's okay. They're good. Zipper works. It says the zipper. So I did, and I went and I unzipped it in the store and I zipped it back up, because sometimes, you know, you know when the zipper separates and it won't go up or down, like it ran off track? Try getting that back on with jeans. You usually have to go to like you know, someone to fix it and pay to get it redone. So I'm in the store and I'm like, okay, it works. I'm checking belt loops. I checked the zipper and I was holding this, but I didn't realize there's no button. I maybe I thought that this was the buttonhole, like when I was holding it, because you could feel there's no button. Maybe I was so focused that I was like zip, 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 cool, and I just didn't realize that I didn't have a button. That's usually not the issue with jeans, you know, and I completely overlooked this. Am I going to sell it like this? No, of course not. $2.50. It's going in the redonate pile, and part of me wants to just throw it out, because it's like, who's gonna buy that, you know? But I don't know. I'm actually might save that. I do know that sometimes companies will have like a jean drive where it's like, come donate your jeans for a cause, and they recycle them and they make them into bigger, better jeans. So I might just hold on to them for something like that. All right, last little pile. Done with the denim. Yes, I got a lot of denim. I got a lot of denim because it's steady. People buy it, and they don't mind paying a good price for it. First thing I'm going to show you, I already have listed. So, if anybody saw, I believe, Wednesday night. Just not tonight. Past week, Poshmark had a summer trend report. They do this once a quarter, so they do it 4 times a year, and they just talk about, you know, fashion trends, what's going to be hot, what to stock your closet with. And it was kind of a joke. It was, I watched it. It was, they were making fun of it themselves, because they're like, what to stock your closet with? Bathing suits. Huh, didn't see that one coming. So it was, yeah, kind of stuff that you're like already telling yourself, obviously it's going to be summertime, I'm going to need to get bathing suits in there. So, bathing suit. This bathing suit is NWOT, new without tag. How do I know it? Because it still had the tag with a little bit of like the store tag. It was like ripped off, but it was still on the couldn't see the price. I don't need to see it. I know what it is. I just removed it. You can't sell a little plastic thing with the tiniest bit of paper hanging onto it as new with tags. Some people will leave it on and say NWOT, and then, you know, that's what sometimes I'll do. But I didn't want anything poking out of a bathing suit. It was on the, you know, tag. This brand sells so well for me. Torrid. Torrid is a plus size boutique clothing brand. They are a sister company to Hot Topic. Yeah, always seek knowledge. So they do vanity sizing, where they don't say, hey, this is a size 22. They say, you're now a size 4. You know, they have 00 to, I believe, a 6. One day I'm going to say, I'm a 00. Joke. So, bathing suits from Torrid go so quickly. People that buy this brand, people that are, you know, that are plus size, they know this brand well, they trust this brand. And swimsuits especially. This has a padded demi bra with lift in it. There's a little bit of to give it a little hoist. It has hidden tummy panels to help suck in, and it has convertible straps. Convertible, for those of you who do not know, mean that they can come off and then reassemble. Right now it's into like a crossback. These can be regular straps too. You just unhook it and not cross it and then reattach it regular. It's really cute though. It has mesh paneling to add a little bit of sexiness to the one piece. One pieces are in right now. Not those little itty bitty bikinis. Sorry guys. You're still gonna see them, don't worry. But one pieces are really, really trending right now for bathing suits. I don't know if it's just that the generation that was all about like Brazilian bottom bikinis is now a couple years older, and they're like, maybe I shouldn't be wearing that around grandpa at the family pool. Maybe I should be a little more covered. Or, you know, trends change. I don't know. So stock your closet, stock anywhere you sell online with bathing suits. Anything plus size will sell. So I already have that listed. I already have tons of views on it. I am not afraid that's not going to sell. I know it's going to go. And it's originally $98. And you're thinking, how many times do you buy a bathing suit? Once a year? Maybe. You know, you might buy 2 once a year. And those are your bathing suits for the year. And then you get a good run out of it. You know, and you do have them the next year, but people like to stay on trend. So people will buy a bathing suit for $100 because they're not buying multiple of them. They don't need to have 7 pairs of pants and, you know, 6 shirts to, you know, whatever. They just need 1 or 2 bathing suits. So they'll pay a little extra, especially for quality. And Torrid does stand behind it. So anything plus size will sell. Anything one piece. So I have that listed for $68 because I did comps on it. And some people have sold it for $80, and some have sold it for about what I'm asking. So yeah, I'm happy with that. $4.63. I'd be happy to get $50 for it. This is a little nightie, a little nightgown. Good for the summertime, good for vacation, going away. You need something that's not just like, you know, a t-shirt that you want to rally somewhere. This, one of my favorite designers, if I ever get to meet her. Love you, Betsy. Betsy Johnson. You know, she's very, very like energetic. She has a crazy sense of style, spiked hair, glitter heels, like she's everywhere. Very eccentric style, like I love it. She is known for her purses. She makes every type of purse, anything from large satchels, backpacks, small little clutches. I have an extensive Betsy Johnson collection that I'm very proud of. Yeah, I'm always like, ooh, Betsy, a Betsy, a Betsy. I don't know how much I'm going to get for this. If it was my size, I would not be selling it. It's an intimate, it's a, you know, a little like nightie. So, $15 or $20 easily. She does have a following. She has a little bit of a cult following. So there are people that sell Betsy's. Once in a while I do a little bit of retail arbitrage, and I picked up four Betsy Johnson performance sports bras, and I bought them each for six and change, and I resold each one for $28. And within posting them, the first one sold within a day. All my mediums sold within that week, and the smalls kind of took a couple weeks to go through. Sports bras. There are other brands that you could get sports bras from, you know, especially higher end brands. You got your Lululemon, your Athletica, stuff like that, where, you know, they're more expensive. Betsy Johnson, it's the name. And they were cute too. Definitely cute Betsy Johnson. I have one. Speaking of Athletica, people are trying to maintain their, you know, beach body. So they are working out. This is just a little tank. And it has it actually has the padded cups in it too. So that's good. A lot of times when I find performance shirts that have the built-in bra with it, there's no cups. People usually just take them out and wear just, you know, their regular sports bra underneath it. I rarely find it with the padding in it. So I was really happy about that. 18 bucks maybe, 18, 20 bucks. This is not quite Lululemon, but they make good quality. This is a thicker shirt too. It has really good stretch. It does not have much pilling or fading. It's a nice, bright, summerish color. It might not show up so well. It's more of a peachish pink. The next thing I'm going to show you, I bought because it was unique and it was NWT. It was new with tags and the tag was old. And it was cheap. So I took a risk on it. Sometimes you're going to have to go with your gut. You're going to have to say, you know, use your best decision, use your best discretion. And most of the time your gut's going to be right. Once in a while you guys are going to have it completely strike out. But this time, try not to count my chickens before they hatch. I think I did pretty good with this. So it's a bathing suit. Now I'm not sure if I can call it vintage yet because I'm not sure of the actual date it was made. It's very hard to see it's like slinky and it's a color block bathing suit. So this is the tag. It says Saks Fifth Avenue. You could tell that's an old tag. They don't print them like that. It almost looks like typewriter, you know, like it was stamped on there, and not any kind of laser printer or anything that is modern. So this is why I was considering calling it vintage. Liza Bruce, England. I tried to find comps on this. There's none on Poshmark. There was one on eBay. One comp on eBay. There's none for sale. I tried searching just the last name. That came up with too many random things. I tried typing in, you know, Saks Fifth Avenue, Liza bathing suit. Nothing. The one on eBay sold for $85, and it had the same fabric. It had the same like slinky. See that? It's kind of cool. Slinky-ish fabric. It was all black though. It was just a black black one-piece bathing suit, very similar cut. I have no idea if I'm going to get $20 for this or if I'm going to get $100 for this. This is my weekly mystery that I need to start figuring out. I don't want to sell myself short. I did a Google search on the on Liza Bruce, and apparently it's kind of a small boutique. She made a lot of in like the 90s, and then made a lot of clothes. They're from England, came to the United States, got too big too quick before they can handle it, went bankrupt, retreated back to England. And then a couple years later, she came back to the United States after regrouping and just sold very, very small and in very select places. So I can't tell if that's before bankruptcy or after. I think that will have something to do with the price, though. If this is before bankruptcy, that's vintage. That's like in the early 90s, so who knows? Almost forgot about these. Ooh, where did it go? Lululemon! Woo! I think I just sang that for you. Lululemon. So, Lululemon leggings. There is no size on these. Very common places to check are inside any pocket. There's no size dot in the pocket. I think there should be. I cannot find it in the pocket. Also, there's little coin pockets up, you know how like the inside pockets where you can put like a key? They're not in there either. So I have to go, if you cannot find a Lululemon size, go on their website and they tell you measurements of all their clothes, and you just have to take manual measurements and compare it, and that'll tell you the Lululemon size. Their athletic gear is made with rip-away tags. They come with these very long, strippy tags, which are meant to be cut out, ripped out. So you could tell that's exactly what happened. Took it out, ripped it out. Because you don't want this long piece of like, tag while you're working out and it's getting all sweaty and stuff and ew. Lululemon resells good. Now, it does depend on the size, and the size is going to tell me the comps, how many of them are out there. They are all black, so that's giving me a little bit of hope, because it's like, that's a neutral color, and it's not a crazy color. So, I'm not sure exactly how much. $40. That's very reasonable for Lululemon. I forget what the girl said these are. Some funky pair of pants. Oh, I forget. They have like that on the bottom leg. Oh, almost done. Almost. So, also on the Poshmark Summer Trends Report, they were talking about bathing suits after they kind of laughed and said, whoa, we're telling you to buy bathing suits in the summertime. They were talking about the most searched bathing suit on Poshmark. I'm waiting for it. Victoria's Secret. Plain Victoria's Secret, not pink. Pink still makes bathing suits. Victoria's Secret does not. Victoria's Secret has discontinued selling bathing suits. And it's kind of like, a child and its toy. We all have had Victoria's Secret bathing suits. We've all used them. Of course, we've had other ones. But now, all of a sudden, Victoria's Secret's like, no more bathing suits. Now we're like, you can't do that to us. And now that's all we want. Like a kid and his toy. Does not interested in his toy until some other kid starts playing with it. We weren't interested so much in these until they tried to take it away from us. So, highly searched Victoria's Secret. This I bought separately, but I'm going to sell it together. Separates will sell. Separates will sell. I don't know how to show you both of these. So what I'm gonna do, it's gonna be a little nerdy. Ta-da! Cute, right? Very, very cute. So this is a size medium and the bottom is a size small. So I will list it together as a total bathing suit. And in the comments, I will also put will sell separately. I do that when I put things together as bundles. I put things together occasionally together because I see them selling better together than separately, and then you can increase the price for it too. You know, instead of someone just buying a top, they're more likely to buy the top and the bottom because now it's a full suit. Sure, people will still buy the top. Now, why would I sell a medium and a small? That's usually how it goes. Years ago, they used to sell bikinis. They used to sell bikinis together. They used to sell them on the same hanger, and you got a medium, you got a medium. What if your bottom wasn't a medium, but your top was? I'll tell you this, my bottom is not the same size as my top. I have to buy separates. And then, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, they were doing that. And then all of a sudden they realized, like, there were so many angry people think this doesn't fit me. Why can't I buy that bottom? Why do you have to sell it as a set? They started selling separates. Now all bikinis are sold separately. Some people got a little angry and they're like, oh, but now they could charge me 20 and 20 instead of just 30 for both, you know? And it's like, yeah, sure, they're making more money on selling them separately, but we're getting bathing suits that fit us properly. You want your cake and eat it too. 3 more things. Another Victoria's Secret. This I do not have a bottom for, and I'm not worried about it. Look at the colors to it. White, black, red. Especially with the black piping. All you need to do is match this up with a plain black bottom and you've got a nice Victoria's Secret bathing suit. This is really nice. It's not as little as this. This has a little bit more coverage. It is a size L and it has, you know, a little bit more form to it. And if they want, they can add those little pads. They don't, this one does not have them in it. And it's like a cute little halter, Victoria's Secret. So this is definitely going to sell with this mad dash for Victoria's Secret. All right, so shorts. 20 bucks for the top. Supply and demand if people want it. 15, 20 bucks for just the top. Crazy tag, right? Pilcrow and the letterpress. These are from that place that I don't know how to say. Anthropologies. It's from that store. It's one of the brands that they sell at the store. So before, when I said those other jeans were not, because it didn't say it on the tag. So what I mean by that is the tag where it tells you washing, fabric, and all that stuff. If you are to flip it in the back, it will tell you where it was made. And oh, focus. Do. There it is, Anthropologies. It says imported by Anthropologies, whatever. So it's a Pilcrow and the letterpress, but it's for that brand. And because it's for that brand, it's going to sell a little bit more. I have sold 2 pairs of shorts already. This brand from, I'm just going to call it Anthro. And I got 30 bucks for each pair of shorts. Easily. I didn't have any offers on it. I didn't have, you know, any bartering going on, any low balls. Bought straight out. You know, wake up in the morning, hey, your Pilcrow shorts have sold. Excellent. So these are a little longer, you know, kind of like mom shorts. There is a little seam. It kind of looks like they were folded. So that's also a style. So I bought these just because of the brand it was. And it's pink, and you know what the pink Flamingo BTQ on Poshmark likes? Pink. Pink, pink, pink. Sometimes people get confused. They're like, oh, Thrifty Flamingo, but then you're Pink Flamingo. Yeah, it helps me keep things in line. I know what my Poshmark closet is, and I know what my eBay one is. It helps me keep records really well. It helps me divvy up. It's just the way my mind works, you know. Yeah, see? People send me flamingos now. I get them as gifts. I am the lady with a thingo for the flamingo. These are size 29. 29, I'm going to get 25, 30 bucks for it again. I'm just pricing it that way because the other one sold for 30 bucks. All right, so the very last thing I'm going to show you has been hanging up behind me this entire time, and it is the best thing I got. I guess they're all really good, but it's the one that most excited me out of the entire lot that I found it. I'm not exactly sure what I can price it on, but the fact that I'm like smiling while I'm telling you this, yeah, that should show you. So, I'm taking you on a journey. Rag and Bone. Rag and Bone, New York, a size 8. It is kind of hard to tell. It is a pink shift dress. It's the Amelot shift dress that has a very slightly high-low there, very silky on the inside, buttons with a belt. Fabulous condition. Fabulous. Especially for such a almost delicate or unique fabric. This is the type of fabric where you get something on it and it's not coming out. You know, it's not just throw it in the wash. It's very delicate. It's a very expensive dress. I could easily, once that sells, pay for at least, if not more than half of this entire haul. I really hope you guys have learned stuff today. If you have, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Oh, I have to share. I opened up my email this morning and I was chosen to host a Poshmark virtual party. Yay! I put my application in months ago. Poshmark does parties throughout the day. They have very specific ones. Like right now, I believe it's the men's style party where there's only 2 or 3 hosts at night. I'm in Connecticut. I'm East Coast, so it's kind of late for us. It's 10 p.m. to 12 to midnight. So yeah, it's pretty late. California, they start at 7. Lucky them. You know, so I got chosen to host the virtual party. I'm going to be hosting on August 9th, and I believe it's a Tuesday. And I don't know who my co-hosts are yet. I don't know what the category is yet. I don't know any of that stuff, but I'm very excited about it. So I hope you're there. Yeah, I did post on Instagram. The Pink Flamingo BTQ has an Instagram. If you want me to consider you for a host pick, you can just comment on that. The Thrifty Flamingo is also on Instagram. That's more just me doing this stuff, you know. Taking pictures at thrift stores, people kind of look at you like you're crazy. I don't care. Maybe I am. So I did promise you the 3 things that I can't live without after going thrifting, things that help me, you know, take an item that may need a little bit of TLC. I do not want to spend hours on cleaning product, but these 3 things have saved me multiple times and have turned something that could almost not be sold into something that I can make a good profit on. The very first thing is a sweater shaver. Little sweater shaver. Whoa, powerful thing. So, where's that bad one? There's no pockets, no buttons. Oh no, no buttons. Did I throw them? I think I did. So, sweater shavers aren't just good for sweaters, any kind of pilling. So, my tip of the evening is when you get a pair of jeans, jean shorts, denim, and your pocket kind of has the little, you know, the bumps to it. You guys all see that? Give me about 20 seconds and I'm going to show you what this shaver can do. Ta-da! Like new. Sometimes when they have like the tag back here, like the Hudson tags or something like that, and it gets a little bit like pilly like that, same thing. Zoom, 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 zoom. So first thing, sweater shaver. This $5, I believe, at CVS, maybe. Next thing I cannot live without, lint roller. Lint roller. I know they make the old school ones where you have to go in one direction and the other one's the other direction, and then you have to kind of push in the opposite direction to get it off. Yeah, this is part of your business. You got to make sure there's not even like a stray anything on it, and it'll photograph so much more cleaner, so much more nicer. The last thing, Mr. Clean. When you get a pair of sneakers and they're a little bit dirty, I'm not talking like somebody slammed their foot in mud and it's caked on there. I'm talking just, you know, a normal wear with a little bit. Wet the Mr. Clean, squeeze it out, get a paper towel, put it under it, and just, this white happened in about a minute. Clean, clean, clean. If you're doing shoes that have a little bit of this, like, you know, texture to it, do the textured part last, because the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser will start kind of like breaking apart and like kind of grating off. So do the flat part first, and it'll make your Mr. Clean Magic Eraser last you longer and go the distance. My steamer is also part of this lot, but it is across the room, not bringing it in there. Okay, so next time I'm going to do a short video, more for beginning poshers, people that want to, you know, take their few sales that they've had and their little closet that they have and kind of expand their business. I'm going to give them some pointers and tips on how to go from a very casual seller into possibly, you know, a power seller, and to be doing this for, you know, a career. So that's going to be my next video. I really hope you guys have learned stuff. I hope you've, you know, enjoyed it. Enjoyed my haul and seeing what I look for. If you've learned about new brands, that's great too. Please follow the flock, hit subscribe and like button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.